Good day, everyone. I am Maria Bianca David from BSN1A, and now I am going to continue the discussion of the first reporter about the integumentary system. So, the first reporter already introduced the integumentary system and also tackled the first two layers of the epidermis, which are the stratum corneum and stratum lucidum. So, I will just continue discussing the next layers of the epidermis and also about the melanocytes. So let's dive down sa third layer of the epidermis and stratum granulosum. Ang iyo location is that nasa taas siya sa stratum spinosum and sa baba sa lucidum. So medyo nagka-error lang. It's below lucidum and not corneum. So the stratum is involved sa process of keratinization. So when we say keratin, is a monoamine protein that provides a toughness sa ating skin and also to the hair and nails. So keratin was produced by the keratinocytes. And aside from providing toughness, amo po din na ang nagapamaintain sa skin elasticity and also a barrier sa ating skin from abrasion or inangasgas. So this stratum is also known as the granular layer since it contains granules or nan mga puntik-puntik, mga grains, or mga small particles. Ang tawag sa mga granules niya is keratohyalin granules that helps bind keratin together to form the skin's protective barrier. Next is the fourth layer, which is the stratum spinosum. Nakalocate siya sa taas sa deepest layer of the epidermis and stratum basale, and nasa baba naman siya sa stratum granulosum. So this stratum is also known as a spiny layer because pag ginakitain na siya under a microscope is that the cells of this layer appears to be spiny due to the desmosomes. So these desmosomes allow the cells to stay put or to be tightly bound from one another, kaya nag-resemble siya as spines. So, stratum spinosum is crucial in maintaining our skin strength and flexibility. And the reason for that is this stratum is composed of polyhedral cells, which are actually keratinocytes. Again, keratinocytes are the cells that produce keratin. So it provides a strong foundation for the skin which allows it para makaya ang mga mechanical stress. So again, these cells are binded by desmosomes. Last and the deepest layer is the stratum basale. So kung ang stratum corneum ang pinaka-superficial layer, ang deepest layer naman sa epidermis ang stratum basale. It is the most innermost layer and not the outer layer. So sorry for the error. So this layer is the most essential. I mean, all the 5 layers have important roles. It's just that this layer is the most essential among all layers. So why is that? So, this layer is responsible for producing new skin cells to support barriers function and for the homeostasis. So, this really helps especially during wound healing. So, kasi again, it generates new skin cells, especially in restoring the skin's integrity. And the most interesting part is the connection between the most superficial and deepest layer of the epidermis, the stratum corneum and the stratum basale. So they are connected through a process called cell migration or cell maturation. So in basale, nagaprodusan keratinocytes na naging corneocytes, which are dead cells yet filled with keratin. So as it migrate pataas, nag-undergo siya og self-flattening and forming a tightly packed layer of dead flattened cells in the stratum corneum. So these are the layers of the epidermis. We have the superficial part, the stratum corneum, pababa sa stratum lucidum, stratum granulosum, stratum spinosum, and the most deepest layer, the stratum basale. Then after the stratum basale, adenaan dermis. So let's now proceed sa melanocytes. So, melanocytes are one of the cells na makita sa epidermis. So, included na didaan keratinocytes. So, what is melanocytes? It is a specialized cell that produces melanin. So, it is located sa deepest part sa epidermis. But, what is melanin? So, it is the group of pigment responsible for the skin, eye, and hair color. And most of the melanin molecules are brown or black. That's why we're able to notice and observe different skin colors. So, melanin absorbs ultraviolet radiation in sunlight, preventing mutations in the DNA of skin cells and another damaging effect. So, that means nag-act siya as a natural sunscreen. Kaya gina-absorb niya ang UV rays before pa maka-reach and madamage ang DNA sa aton skin cells. So, in short, melanin provides protection against UV rays from the sun. That's why we've noticed no na our skin has the capability to protect us from the exposure of UV light. That's because of the presence of the melanin. But how does the melanin protect us from the UV light? So, if always kita naka-expose sa sunlight, mas napupush ang melanin na magtrabaho or the melanocytes to produce more melanin. So, since melanin is a group of pigment, there is a possibility gayud na magdarken ang imo skin because more melanin is produced to protect us from the constant exposure to sunlight. So, our skin cells also produce vitamin D in response to the sun exposure, which is for the development sa aton bones and teeth. So these are the illustrations of melanocytes. So the cell that produces melanin and of course the melanin. On kung diin po sinda naka-locate. Next is the skin color, which is again because of our melanin, a group of pigment. So, we all know naman, di ba, na all people have different skin tones. Like, may mga maputi, morena, or moreno. So, sometimes it depends sa genes or sa race. Like, mostly Filipino have brown skin or kayo manggi, Caucasians are white, African American are black. But even if we all have different skin tones, we all have the same number of melanocytes. So yes, same number lang. And nag-differ lang siya kaya magkaibang Japon ang kulay is because of the sizes they produced. Amounts of melanin, kinds, and sizes still varies kaya na Japon different skin tones. Genetically determined. Amo na sabi ko kanina that the skin color also vary genetically. Like, if your skin is darker, that also means abundant mag-produce an imo melanocytes. So, it depends how hardworking your melanocytes is. So, the environmental factors that influences the skin color. So, the sunlight, UV rays from sun lamps, and X-rays. So, these factors influence the skin color kasi nga, the melanin ang naga-response to protect our skin. That the melanocytes produces more melanin for protection, which also means naga-add san pigment that makes our skin darker than usual. So, while for physiological factors, we have cyanosis. So, in simple terms na lang, it is a bluish discoloration. So, nagka-blue. So, mostly sa lips or sa fingernails. So, this happens because dili enough an oxygen sa blood. So, it appears blue kay sa low oxygen levels. So, sa jaundice naman, it is a yellowish discoloration sa skin which is due to the buildup of bilirubin, which is caused by the problem sa liver. So, jaundice can be a sign na ang imo liver is dili naga-function normally. Pag pinkish naman, it means you have well oxygenated blood because blood can also contribute sa kulay sa aton skin. Like, di ba, pag kulang ang volume sa aton blood is nagaputla kita. And lastly, orange-yellow skin. So, sa veggies, which is due to the pigment beta-carotene. So that's all for my report. I hope you all understand my report and gained more knowledge for future purposes. Thank you.